This section is going to be about Panasonic TVs. Panasonic was created, or should we say came to the market in 1918 as a technology brand. They are a Japanese manufacturer. They never started out just doing TVs. Their first product was a light bulb back in 1918. So they started off with that sort of background. So Panasonic then came into the TV market after releasing a lot of electronic products in the technology market in the 60s and 70s, originally releasing television sets in the USA. Over a period of time, Panasonic as a company have generally been known as the most reliable brand on the market for TVs, and they're classed as a legacy brand in the UK alongside Sony. Sony and Panasonic have generally been going for a long period of time. Which magazine for the last 3 years have rated Panasonic as the most reliable TVs on the market, giving them around about a 95% reliability rate, which is a lot higher than any other brands. In terms of models of focus, when you're in store talking about TVs that I would really get to know on the Panasonic front would be, to start with, it's going to be the model which is known as the 650. So the 650 model, and the reason why we're choosing this is because it is the only TV that Panasonic do at 43-inch size. Now, 43-inch size is probably the sort of size of TV where people are serious about their TV watching. They could be looking at a soundbar at the same sort of time, or they'd be more open to purchasing a soundbar. So the 650 model is available in 43, 49, and 55 inches. I'd play most of its emphasis and where you're going to sell most of them at that 43-inch size. The model overall is not going to be your blockbuster TV. It's not going to be, in terms of pitch quality, it's not going to be as strong as a lot of the other Panasonic TVs. So for this TV, what I would rate it as is kind of like your volume model, if there was such a thing for Panasonic. They're going to sell quite a few of them. It's never going to be the best picture in the world. But overall, I'd give it a 6 out of 10 on pretty much everything. So 6 out of 10 on color, 6 out of 10 on motion handling, 6 out of 10 on overall specification. So it is your classic 6 out of 10 model. Panasonic, throughout all their TVs, have got exactly the same operating system, which is, it runs through Firefox, and it's called My Home Screen Free. My Home Screen Free will feature an operating system which will allow any Panasonic TV from the 2018 range above to get all major catch-up players, Netflix, Amazon Prime, YouTube, and full web browsing. As we move up into the Panasonic range, it's really simple. The next step up is going to be called the 700 series model. So the 700, moving up from the 650. Now, this model is available in 49 and 55. It basically steps up. So in terms of specification, if we remember the 650 scored 6s across the board, this is now going to score 7s across the board. So 7 in terms of color. If you really want to wow customers with a nice little bit of technology that's built into the 700 series TV, it's called wide phosphor color technology. Now what that means is that the 700 series can achieve more shades of each individual color and also more accurate color throughout the entirety of the screen over the 650 model. So a step up in terms of color. It will still have exactly the same rating for motion handling, which they call a 50 Hertz panel. However, Panasonic rate it higher in terms of motion handling on their own website. So you can always say the jump from the 650 to the 700 is wider color, better build quality that you'll see when you look at the TVs in store, and a stronger TV for fast-moving imagery such as sports, action films, and dramas. And then from that sort of jump up now, we go into the Panasonic OLED range. So you would have learned about OLED technology on one of these videos, I'm sure. But basically with Panasonic and OLED technology, their general emphasis is all about image accuracy and the natural reproduction. So the Panasonic OLED TVs, there's going to be 2 Panasonic OLED models for 2018. They've got a model which is going to be called the 802 model, and they've got a OLED TV, which is going to be called the 952. Now, both these TVs will have exactly the same things in common. The only difference is that the 952 has got a soundbar attached to it. So it's maybe not the TV that we generally go for or show customers straight away, but there is an exact same specification OLED TV from Panasonic, which does not include a built-in soundbar. Now, with Panasonic and OLED technology, they are all about natural imagery production. How good Panasonic are really can be shown when you're watching a HD image. Now, all TVs are 4K, but that HD image, how well does that TV internally process that image and bring the best out of it? And that is what Panasonic are generally renowned for. Overall, with the OLED technology, the main benefit you'll still get with Panasonic will be the wider viewing angles, and obviously 8 million tiny little bulbs at the back of the TV controlling it for the most natural and accurate image. One thing to really note is that Panasonic, they made their name with the Plasma TV technology. So they do get a lot of customers who have always had Panasonic. They will constantly buy Panasonic because Panasonic TVs, if we go back to the mid and late 2000s, generally had one of the highest market shares in the UK because of the plasma screens. Now, plasmas aren't in existence anymore. However, the best plasmas were made not by Panasonic, but by a company called Pioneer, who are now in a, well, when Pioneer went out of business, a lot of their engineers went over to Panasonic. So there's been like a steady line of progression about the image that Pioneer created in their plasmas, Panasonic created in their plasmas. And if you think about all those people coming together now, making quality TVs, there will always be that customer who remembers Panasonic from when they were the kings of plasma. So you always keep a lookout for customers who have had Panasonic in the past. They do tend to be very brand loyal. Other people who will buy Panasonic will be people who want the easiest and quickest TV to use. And by this, what I'm talking about is the operating system. So if you imagine TVs now, they're all smart TVs, so they can all be connected to the internet. By doing so, the TV has to have a really strong operating system in place, making it quick, making it easy for the customer to use. And it sounds so simple in a field which is, you know, blessed with so much technology, but people still really place a lot of their buying decision or their buying emphasis on the ease of use. Panasonic have always been regarded as the easiest TVs to use. Reliability, like we've already mentioned, so people, when buying a TV, they don't tend to do it every couple of years. They want a longer term investment. Panasonic have won numerous awards, as we've already mentioned, regarding their reliability. They do tend to be built incredibly well. You can see some TVs that will be very plasticky. Panasonic's do tend to be aluminium around the bezel. They are very strongly built, very sturdy TVs. Design is very important to Panasonic, and you'll see that in their sets in store. Now, the other kind of thing to think about will be, why would someone buy a Panasonic TV at that top of the range level when their marketing is by far the least visible through television adverts, through radio, or any type of in-store advertisement you see compared to the likes of LG, Sony, or the differing Samsung QLED technology. So if we think about TVs at that top end, so we're thinking 55 inches, 65 inches and above, why would a customer choose Panasonic? Panasonic will always be never the most expensive, but they'll never be the cheapest at that top of the range level. They are very well positioned in the market as kind of that mid-ground sort of TV. Panasonic's overall emphasis will be on getting, and you'll see this from the Panasonic reps in store, they always want to put a TV picture on which is HD to show off how well their TV performs across all ranges of broadcasting. A lot of brands will perform very well at maybe sport, maybe film, maybe dramas, maybe Netflix. Panasonic tend to perform at a very high level across all forms of media watching. And that is where generally people would choose a Panasonic at that top end level. If they watch a huge amount of different genres of broadcasting, they tend to be the purest and most accurate image.